Good morning, Kansas City. This is New Day with SSJ on Sports Radio 810 WHB. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. It's Wednesday. It's Hump Day. Tax Day, April 15th, 2026. Thank you so much for joining us. Stephen St. John and Nate Bucati in studio. Jake Gutierrez, Deebs. Jake, tell the good people who's on the show today.
Shortly we'll be joined in studio by Mike Boddicker. He'll be in here about 6:45. We'll have Matt Derrick, ChiefsDigest.com on at 8. Royals assistant GM and vice president Scott Sharp will join us at 9. And Nate Bucati's here with us till, 8, Nate?
That's right, 8 and 8. What's up, guys?
A lot.
There's a lot up.
Hold on. I'm out of oatmeal, so I'm asking Mike Boddicker if he has any in his kitchen. He's offering to stop to get me any special kind. I said, no, just plain. Whatever you got in your kitchen, Mike. Please. Thank you. Not a good day to be out of oatmeal, fellas. Oh, boy. Long day. Good day yesterday. You ever spend 3 hours at a Parks and Recs board meeting?
I don't think that I have.
Yeah. Well, put me on the list.
3 hours.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I think the meeting itself, it was over 2. We got into 2, maybe 2.5, and then we and there was a pretty decent sized recess in there as the commissioners, as the board left and went into another room for a private session to discuss some amendments to the resolution they were voting on. And so we waited there. I mean, that was towards the end. This was on the docket. This was resolution number 37 to be discussed.
Oh.
And so you need anyone to tell you what's going on with the Parks and Recreation in Kansas City, Missouri. I'm your guy. I can tell you what's going on over the next several weeks. It's good stuff playing, by the way. Some good fun things in and around Kansas City. There's some things coming up for the World Cup. Yeah, cool stuff. And so finally, and it was interesting because yesterday, of course, there were a couple of meetings that were very important for the city of Kansas City, Missouri, and the Royals as we get closer and closer to some resolution here. And both things happened. Both things that needed to happen happened yesterday. So we were at the out in Swope Park at the administration building. We had the I can go down every all the 37 resolutions here if you'd like. We were at the Board of Parks and Recreation Commissioners meeting that was on East 63rd Traffic Way yesterday at 2 o'clock. And the resolution, by the way, Kansas City North Community Center, you got some judo instructions coming.
Nice.
I was interested. Kansas City North Community Center will be offering some lessons in an ancient form of martial arts, including swords. So,
Really?
looked it up. I had some time while I was there thinking about signing up.
Learn how to use a
So
sword?
it's good for the soul. You know. You could even compete. They have like a tournament. I'm not going to
Okay.
do that, but you know.
You never know.
No, I don't. No, at this point in my life, I don't ever know. By the way, if I look frazzled, if I look shell-shocked, ladies and gentlemen, this is the look of a man who paid taxes last night.
No. Well,
I like it. Doesn't it? Do you smell smoke?
is that what that is?
Oh, that's just my bank account on fire.
Mm.
Thank you. What else?
Well, I'm
What else, Steven? Resolution number 33200. Considering board approval of the resolution authorizing the city manager to execute a lease agreement with the Kansas City Royals for Washington Square Park. And then it went from there. And they did take a lengthy recess to discuss some amendments. They made those. They came back. They voted. And it passed. So now we're one step closer. And look, here it is. I'm not. Certain days I'll have it. Today I won't. I'm not in the mood for any arguing or anything else, because I like certain days. Man, social media is funny. Like last week, Jake and I, or this week, we had some fun times on social media. Giggles, laughs.
Steven turned his face into a moon.
No,
That's
I
funny.
didn't do. What are you talking about? I just sent you pictures.
Oh,
from
the new Artemis.
too.
Yeah.
Right. Did you like that though?
Oh,
Did that haunt your dreams? So sometimes social media is a useful tool, whatever. Disaster. Last night. Just a pit. And I'm not talking about the very fine show on HBO, The Pit.
it's a great show.
Excellent show.
Finales. Thursday,
Don't get
right?
me. I'm way behind, but I'm enjoying this very carefully.
Yeah.
And so,
I'd like to stay away from the internet for a while.
well, I want to, but I can't because I'm posting stuff, and we're there with Bethany and I are there, just posting updates and everything else. And I mean, it's just like everything that we post or everything that's put out there, somebody wants to argue about every single point to where it's just relentless. And there's some people that argue about everything, and I'm like, is it like, do you just want to stay miserable? Is this where it's at, I guess? Or are you just miserable and you want everyone else to be and drag everyone down? And like, people are arguing with me, Kansas City Star, Kansas City Business Journal, Fox 4, 41, all of these fine outlets, the freaking board, everyone's referring to, hey, downtown baseball, the possibility of downtown baseball. And I got at least two people just right there. That's not downtown. And I'm like, will you leave me alone?
Oh my God.
Do me this favor. Leave me alone. That's my answer. If what you're taking away from this, that's not downtown.
Let's get in a pedantic argument.
Will you consider at least leaving me alone? Just consider that. Leave me alone. Not engaging, not interested. But I had to get that off my chest.
Yeah.
You really consider that downtown? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And I've lived here my whole stupid life. And for the people that send me that, I guarantee I've spent more time downtown than you have, times 10. Because I like going downtown, and I spend a lot of time downtown. All right? my son works downtown. I do a lot of work downtown. Right, Jake, like Jake says, you can see me walking the streets of downtown
Right.
sometimes. Who knows?
Yeah, you do a lot of business downtown.
You know, since I was a kid, since I was this high, and now I'm this high, just barely more high.
Yeah.
You know, and Jake used to walk downtown when he was really high.
Yeah.
So the point is, yes, I do. And if you want to break out some kind of map, or actually, this is leave out. Just that's all. Okay, I don't want to.
That's just such
Jake,
a,
is it?
such a
Am
ridiculous
I
thing.
wrong to say down?
It's technically the Crossroads district.
It's technically your ass.
Yeah.
Is what it is, if you ask me. Okay.
It's Crown Center, dude.
Okay. Great.
Isn't it?
Well, downtown
It's
actually
all-
officially ends on 15th Street, and
It's not a part of the suburbs.
it's part of the urban.
It's
Do
just
we
all-
say
that's
urban
just
core now?
what
Is that the phrase
It's
you're
part of
allowed
the
to say
urban
now?
core.
And if I'm wrong, I've been wrong for
Your whole
half a
life.
century, and that's just what I call it. And that's
It's just not
It's
what's
just-
important about this. You can see the downtown skyline
No.
from the stadium.
But it's
It's
just
like
you
right
can
there.
walk
It's like
downtown. I've
downtown.
spent
It's a walk.
my life.
Yeah,
It's just
it is.
downtown.
Whatever.
It's downtown.
I'm just giving you an
Downtown.
example
Yeah,
of
yeah. People that just need to sit on their.
like hey, I'll take a moment. Let me try to interact with people. I'm like, oh, that lasted 5 minutes. No.
Yeah.
And again, I got people sending me messages today. They're moving to Nashville, This isn't happening. I'm trying to tell you, will you listen to me? This thing is so close to happening. They now advance to the city council meeting on Thursday at 2:00. And they already have a super majority. That's going through. No matter how many people want to get up and speak and everything else, I'm just explaining to you what's happening. I'm not telling you to feel great or feel sad, to feel happy, to feel mad. I'm trying to tell you what's happening. It's up to you how to feel. All right? I can tell you how I feel. I'm excited about it. Doesn't mean you have to be. Doesn't mean you're wrong or right. It's whatever your opinion is. I'm just trying to tell you what's happening. Nope, you're wrong. Okay, then we'll see it pass through the city council meeting on Thursday, and you'll be there to cover it. And, oh, nope, not happening. And then guess what? As early as next week, I think we could see the announcement with the Royals and the Kansas City, Missouri people there all dressed up in blue, celebrating with balloons, announcing it's a done deal. And guess what? I'll get some more people. Oh, you know what? This isn't happening. Okay, just telling you. This is where this is headed. Ah! Eli Drinkwitz. Quote, Twitter's not real. Amen, brother. So
So when I go to the city council meeting tomorrow, should I raise the fact that this technically isn't downtown?
Sure, somebody will.
I'd love
sure.
it.
Go ahead, do it. Go ahead, do it.
I'd love that, please.
Motion to recognize this is not downtown baseball.
Please.
And so it's just okay. That's fine. And one of the commissioners. Hey, I'm proud to be a part of this and helping bring baseball downtown. Our wonderful friend George Guastello, the president and CEO of Union Station, who spoke at the meeting in favor of this resolution. Everyone at Union Station proud to be a part of this and to bring baseball downtown. I'm like, hey, George, user 54782 doesn't agree with you on X.
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm going too far that way. I'm out. That's all. Just a minor request. Just leave me alone. So, we'll play the full 9-minute chunk of our media gathering with Mayor Lucas, and you can listen to him tell us what happened. It was interesting, though, because this room was not very big. And Bethany and I got there at about 1:30 because I like to get to these things early. And that's a very, very strong piece of advice to you, good sir. Because you get there and you think, oh, really no one's here. And I mean, then the meeting starts and then people start to filter in. And by the time we got a half hour into this deal, standing room only. And so and there were people that had a chance to speak. One of the former, it got good too. So they had the resolution. They went and talked for 30 minutes. And they come back with the amendments, and they're prepared to vote on it. And so a former commissioner of a Parks and Rec commissioner who's against this got up and spoke. And he was not happy. But he was like, you guys are going to pass this anyway, but here's what, he had some, and I listened, and it was interesting. There was one in particular, like the language of the resolution, where it says, a modern stadium facility can incorporate parks and recreational amenities that serve the broader community beyond game days, creating year-round recreational opportunities for all citizens. He said, you need to change, and this sounds ridiculous, but it's not. He said, you need to change can to will. And this is him speaking at the microphone, because in my experience, if you give anyone with the city a little bit of wiggle room, they will use it. And so it shouldn't read that a modern facility can incorporate parks and recreational amenities. It needs to say will incorporate, and you need to hold them to it. And I'm listening to that, well, that's a good point. Okay, all right, I'll have, and they're, and things that we don't think about, because this is a man that's very experienced, because they'll use that wiggle room, and you need to hold their feet to the fire, and if they're going to do, all right, and he said his piece. You get 2 minutes, and there's a lot of pressure, because he had a lot of things to say, and then all of a sudden you hear beep, 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 and it's over. Well, there's my 2 minutes, and so then a lady got up, and she was great. She spoke about the Korean War Memorial that's at Washington Square Park, and she was instrumental in getting that put there because her father fought in the Korean War. And she said, look, I'm not against downtown baseball. What I want to know is, where is this memorial going to be? And I don't want it just pushed off to the side. I want it somewhere where there's heavy foot traffic. I want it to still be an important part of our community. And I want it honors over 900 Missourians who gave the ultimate sacrifice in the Korean War. And I don't want that just to be pushed aside. So I want to hear, don't forget this. Where's it going to be? Where's a good plan for this? And I'm thinking, yeah, that's very important. Absolutely. I think my dad, not of the Korean War, but of Vietnam, my dad's a veteran, and yes, and that's something like I didn't think about that. We don't think about that, right?
Yeah.
And she just got up there to speak her piece about that for 2 minutes, and then they let her go on because she spoke eloquently and she was great. And she wasn't there to say, I don't want downtown baseball. She was there to say, okay, so I want to hear a plan. A lot of people put a lot of work into this, and this means something to a lot of people. Where's the Korean War Memorial going to be? All right, and she deserved to be heard, and she deserves to hear a plan on board. And so that was very interesting. And then a gentleman got up.
Do they answer her, or does that just like go?
No, they hear her, and that's it. And so then she's heard, and she's on the record.
Yeah, and
she's made her voice known. Mm-hmm. And then then you got other people to talk. Yeah. It's 2 minutes, and so then I don't know this man's name. I was brain was mush by this point. A man got up, very angry, and first I'm sorry, but this is just how it rolls. First thing he goes, I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York, and I'm saying, wow, okay. And then just goes and just complains about everything. This is a lot of money, and you know what? The boulevards suck, and the parks, and everything just went on an airing of grievances. I go, boy, this guy's, and he made some valid points. He was mad about a lot of things, and not just about downtown baseball. I think he was just, He wanted to let you know
he was mad.
That he was mad. I was okay. All right, count Brooklyn, New York against this thing. Mad. And so then George Guastello got up and spoke, the president and CEO of Union Station. And that's important that Union Station's on board. And George Guastello is awesome. And Union Station is awesome. And he 110% support and talked about how great it's going to be for Union Station and how great everything's going to fit together. And he was awesome. And he spoke for it. And they listened and all that. Then they voted and it passed. And so it was, and you know, that took a while. But it was, and get ready because you're going to hear some on Thursday. And it'll be very interesting. But that was very, very interesting to listen to in all the discussions and the arguments. No, nobody at the meeting brought up where downtown is and what is downtown, thankfully. Or I may have jumped out one of the windows. But, and so then they approved it with the amendments that I can talk about later. And we take another step and we move on. And I'm telling you, this thing, we could be talking about next week maybe. That's being optimistic, perhaps, or being realistic. We could be talking about covering the announcement next week. And by the way, yes, Brooks Sherman was at the meeting at City Hall. The Royals were represented. People act like do the Royals even know about this? No, they don't. They have no idea what's good. No.
Hey, what?
I get it. You're skeptical because you should be after 2 years. They want this done too. You think they want this to continue? All right?
What happened?
Everybody wants to get this done. Trust me. And it's close to getting done. We'll take a break. Back after this on WHB. I'm on one today, buddy. Mike Boddicker, there's plenty of buttons you can push, man. I'm good to go.
Hey, as long as I got you your oatmeal, I don't care. That'll calm you down. Hey, did you get used to these new microphones yet?
Nope. No. You know what?
Hey, do you think downtown is...
I don't know. I don't know where downtown is.
I know where downtown's at. It's that whole area. It's that whole area.
There's so many people.
Union Station.
That are complaining about this or see. You know, I'm not going to go to any games. I'm not going to go any, and they don't go to any games now. Like they don't even go to games at Truman Sports Complex. Now I'm really not going to go to any games. Oh, okay. So then you're doubly not going to go to any games. You're doubly frustrated.
But they'll watch it on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe. I don't know. Who knows? If we don't start hitting, I don't know if I'll watch anymore. So.
And again, I love my dad. I love him. He's my dad.
So do I.
I call him. I don't want. Should I?
I tried calling the other day. He didn't answer. He didn't answer.
Should I put this on the air? I want to. I really want to. Okay. I have to because it was funny.
You have to.
Okay, my dad. There's nothing more that my dad loves at this point in his life right now than being right.
Right.
That's an age thing. He can't help
some type
it.
of argument or something.
I told you.
And it doesn't matter if it happened 3 or 4 days ago. He'll wait. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And he loves his wife. They're with each other all the time. But God love her, she doesn't know much about sports. And I didn't know about this. I guess they got into it about the downtown stadium. And I guess she made the mistake of saying she misread or said she was, it's only be 3,000 seats in that stadium.
As small as it is, she might be right.
My dad lost it. You kidding me? I know enough that I'll ask Steven when and so then I guess started something, right?
Uh-huh.
So I call him when I'm driving home from this meeting because he likes to hear what I do, and I'm
give him the inside scoop.
Somebody cares, so I said, "Yeah, Dad, just got done. If you want to see, I'll probably be on the news. You want to see? I just got done with a 3-hour meeting. Well, tell me about it." And I said, "Well, this and that." He goes, "Did you see my friend Chris Cotton? He's on the." I said, "Yeah, no." Several people come up to me at this Parks and Board. Say hi to your dad for me. Somehow my dad's tied into this. I don't know.
He's got people on the park.
He's big in the Parks and Rec circle apparently.
Well,
as he should be.
One of the former commissioners.
He does ride a bike.
I see your dad around the neighborhood and talk to him. I go, oh, yeah. Well, he likes to talk to you. Oh yeah. And so I'm telling him what happened, and he goes, "Let me ask you something." Really, it's a real answer. He goes, How many seats are going to have in that new stadium? I said 30,000. He goes, "Oh yeah? Oh yeah? Hey! I go, what did I get into?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 30,000. Like I say, and he's just getting it.
Told you.
I said she probably just made a mistake.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just missed a zero.
That's like a little league stadium, 3,000. He just, I go, no one's arguing with you. It's 30. But he was very, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
He was just waiting.
Yeah.
He was just waiting to hear from.
He had his
just to get it confirmed.
Yeah.
My son said,
Yeah.
And so, and that was funny. But so then we're talking, and we've had this discussion. And for people that don't know, my dad is doing very well. He's doing awesome, but he's battling Alzheimer's, and so
the onset, yeah,
toughest man in the world that I know, he's doing great. He's doing great, and so we're talking, and we'd had this discussion a couple of days ago, and then right off the bat, she goes, "So tell me again where it's going to be," and I'm just mapping it out for him, and so then I know it's coming, and because I go, "What?" "Well, I don't know where the hell we're going to park." I go, well, Dad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Dad, I promise you it's going to work out. I promise you. It's good. It'll work out. Yeah. I said, a lot of these kids these days, they like to Uber You know, a lot of kids, you know, it's different nowadays. Nate, you know, what do you like? Do you want to park somewhere else? And you know,
the streetcar.
I said Nate's
You
riding.
can actually park actual downtown and then take the streetcar to
the real downtown.
Nate likes to get on the street. I said, Dad, Nate doesn't even go. He just parks, rides the streetcar for 2 or 3 hours, and then goes home.
Yeah,
doesn't even go anywhere.
Yeah,
just likes to ride it.
Yeah.
Sounds like Nate. You know. Yeah, well, and then you know, I'm not parking down there. So I know if you still would like to go to a game, I'll take you to the game. I'll find a parking. I'll get it.
Yeah, you're good at parking.
You're good at parking, you know. And then he goes, then because he, you know, you got that from me. I used to find parking all the time.
Yeah,
I can parallel park better than anybody. So then we talked about parking for about 15 minutes.
Yeah,
you know.
Well, that's one of the most important things in Kansas City is
and just go ahead and look at my mentions.
Oh yeah.
From posting this yesterday. Yeah. Where will I park? How will I park? Can I park? Will I park? A long list. Deeves looks confused right now. Deeves is wondering where he'll park. Who knows?
But he always looks confused.
Right.
So that's not a different
look. Deeves. You know Mike Boddicker loves you when he.
I do love him. I do love him. He's real people. I love him.
You appreciate that from my dad, though. At least he's consistent with the same questions. Yes.
Parking and traffic are two of the biggest hot button issues in this town.
Mm-hmm.
And the most amazing thing is we have like the greatest abundance of parking in this metro area, and our traffic is
laughable,
incredibly easy.
The traffic is laughable.
When you run into traffic in this town, it costs you like 10, 15 minutes. Oh my God, traffic was terrible.
Nobody
I sat in traffic for 30 minutes.
Is going to be surprised by this.
Go to LA.
But let me tell you something.
Go to any major city
Let
in
me
this country.
tell you, when I took my family to Chicago
it's the worst.
last week,
oh boy,
and we stayed in the northwest suburbs, and we drove downtown to Chicago and drove around downtown. When we got down there, I almost had like 3 or 4 wrecks. I almost hit somebody. I started screaming at someone. A guy on a bike almost hit, and I'm and even Phil. Dad, can we just please park? Everyone like, I'm trying to get. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Just everyone stop. Turn the music off. Wait a minute. And I drove, and I missed the parking garage. I go, oh God. Look. You look right. You look left. Someone help me.
Yeah.
We gotta quit fighting. I'm good. And finally I get in there, and I was ready to get out of my car and kiss the ground in the parking garage.
Right.
And so. And then getting out of downtown Chicago and getting back to the suburbs, I told my wife, I said, if you ever hear me complain about Kansas City traffic, I want you to slap me in the mouth as hard as you can. And
she might do that anyway.
And then she goes, really? Are you sure? I said, yes.
Susan's just been waiting for that opportunity.
And then she goes, oh, I hope there's a bunch of construction when we get back. Please, let us, So then my dad is going, well, if you see the mayor again, tell him I like it. I said, okay. Stamp of approval. So I'm going to get word. I mean, that's tough to get my dad on board with anything.
Right. That's great.
So he signed off. So I said, well, you know what? If he's on board, I'm on board. We're all on board.
It's one of the things when I spent this past year like researching the history of the town. This town.
Why were you doing that?
I wrote a book, Stephen.
Did you hear about that, Mike?
I haven't seen it.
This guy has hid it from us.
Well, you know what?
I don't like to talk about it.
I got it right next to Jake's book. I have no idea.
I got to get in there and just drag it out of him.
No, you don't have to. But one of the things that became really interesting to me, like this town is so full of contradictions because on the one hand, we can be an incredibly innovative, pioneering city. We've done a lot of things through the course of our history that were ahead of the curve. That kind of, hey, we did something, and then the rest of the country looked at it and said, "Wow, they did that in Kansas City. It works." But then there's other times where we fight against anything that's new and different, and there's this weird kind of push and pull in this town where
it's not just here. You go to Boston, you go to places,
Yeah,
there's always going to be people like the ones that are aggravating Steven. It's going to be. You're not going to make everybody happy. You
Oh,
can't
Mike,
do it.
everyone aggravates
Oh,
me. Don't just.
I don't.
Don't
Do
single
I?
them. No.
Okay.
No.
No, it's just the
Bro,
way it
deal
is.
me.
Speaking of another terrible traffic town, Boston. Oh, my God.
Yeah, don't ever complain. Don't ever. Hey,
The ease of living in this
you think
town is-
parking's bad? It's going to be bad downtown? Go to Fenway. Try to find a parking spot.
impossible.
Impossible.
I mean, impossible.
Yeah, they shoved all of our players' cars in a box. It was about 8 by 10. I don't know how they got them all in there, but you couldn't. I don't know how they got in and out of the cars. They couldn't open the doors. It was so small. It's just awful, But it's Fenway, so everybody just puts up with it.
And I like Steven joking with me about the streetcar thing, but that right there is an incredible option. Like we do that all
I'm
the time.
glad you like the streetcar.
By the way,
I'll probably never ride one.
Who was joking? You love you get
Yeah,
in there. and just
there's nothing wrong if you like
Back and
it. but,
forth.
Yeah.
They kick you off.
I
there.
said that to Stan Weber last week, and he said it's not a people mover. So I mean, if more than it's too small for a large amount of people, so it's not a good plan for moving a lot of if a lot of people did that, it wouldn't be good because, and I thought that was fair. I mean, it's not like they have.
Maybe that's true.
By the way, I think it's clear now that we need to get Mike Boddicker on the streetcar. Yeah.
No, it ain't gonna happen.
Just with, I
Take
mean,
your
with us.
streetcar?
No,
You're too good for the
no,
streetcar?
No,
Just-
I don't like streetcars.
Just one time.
No, I don't
together.
like subways. I don't like any of the train stuff down
just
under.
walk.
No. Yeah, I'm fine walking.
Yeah,
I have nothing wrong with that. You don't have
Let's
to get
go
me
for
on a
it.
streetcar.
Well, Nate would like to.
Nate would like a lot of things, but it ain't gonna happen.
Wow.
Come ride on the streetcar with me,
That
Bod.
ain't gonna happen.
Be a man of the people.
I'd like that picture.
I don't know what the numbers would be like.
I'll
Like
walk
I
and I'll
said,
still beat you to the stadium.
When we
so
go
how about that?
when we've gone to T-Mobile for different things, my kids and I we ride the streetcar all the time, and it's worked great.
Right, but if that was a plan for 5,000-6,000 people, if they were parking all over the town and getting on the streetcar, I don't think that would be feasible for moving that many people.
But not everybody, but it's part of it.
Yeah.
It's all there's
Sure.
there's not just one way.
And there's people
to do
like
this.
Nate
There's,
like it. That's fine. I got no problem with that.
And
Yeah.
what everything is now is not what it's going to be in 2030. So,
And that's what I said. I said
Well, I
maybe
won't
they
even
could
be
do
here,
something
so it
in
doesn't
No,
matter.
the hell,
infrastructure
you will.
and,
let me tell you
capacities
something. You opening night are going to go with me and my dad. All right, and you're gonna enjoy it.
Where are we parking?
Yeah. Well, he'll be very impressed when I find him a parking spot.
Hey, I'll have a parking pass.
Oh, see, there we go. Thank you.
Maybe.
No, I'm getting.
I want you to
parking
have that. What you still got that card?
Yeah.
To get you into any ball
Yeah,
game.
sure do.
See. And again, what was the requirement to get that? You had to play how long?
10 years.
You played 10 years.
10 plus years, and you
get
got a gold card.
A gold
Used to.
credit. Was it like a gold credit card?
Yeah, you've seen it, right?
Right. But I'm just talking for the people that haven't seen
Yeah.
it. If you play in the major leagues for 10 years, you get
They used to give you a gold card where you could get 2 tickets to any game in any stadium in Major League Baseball.
and you've tested it.
Yeah.
Just go up there.
As long as there is tickets available, they have to get you in.
And it just works at Kaufman. You don't have to
Yeah.
call ahead. Just go up there.
Yeah.
All right.
Show them. Well,
See?
that's back when you could go get actual tickets.
Right.
I don't know anymore. I have no idea. Now you got to go out. It's on your phone. If your phone dies, you're screwed.
You like
So-
those digital tickets?
No,
don't
I
you?
do not. I like paper tickets. But
All right.
that's just me. No, I do.
No,
I
it's
like-
not just you. There's another guy I've mentioned previously that doesn't like those either. Can someone just give me the tickets? I go, Dad, no, you have to. What's your email? I don't know. Let me look.
Yeah. Then you got to get your app and
Yeah.
all your other stuff,
Yep.
and it's like you're dealing with old people.
Right.
Old people don't like that.
Oh, I know.
I know it's good for the younger group, and it's easy for them. I just have my daughters or whatever come over and fix everything
And all
for
the
me because I have
piloting-
no idea.
All apologies, but just in a very unscientific sample size finding, it seems that the average age of the people that are complaining about this is very high.
Kind of like me.
Well, yeah, sure.
But I'm
Dad, you know.
fine if they want it downtown. Great.
Right.
I don't. It doesn't. That doesn't bother me.
Mike's still ready to roll. We'll take a break back after this on WHP.
outlandish reporting. And anybody's name, I'll bet every sitting head coach has been listed as a candidate for some job so far. And it, as a team, as a coach, we got to ignore the noise and focus on the things that we can control, which is winning and losing football games. Last week it was really unfortunate that Kirby's name got associated to something that was a complete lie. He'd never interviewed, didn't talk to anybody at Arkansas. It's a bunch of bull crap put out there to try to create distractions and a narrative that then comes over after the fact, after the game. And it's really disappointing, all right, that this stuff happens. Because again, Twitter ain't real, and it's just a bunch of bull crap thrown on message boards. So how do I block it out? I ignore it. And I get mad about it when people ask me about it. No.
All right. Before we get back in, we'll play the comments from Mayor Lucas in the next hour, next segment. We haven't talked about the Royals losing to the Detroit Tigers. There's your turkey vulture back there to see you.
Well, he's looking at my arm and says, "That's a free meal right there."
Turkey vulture should be.
That's dead, rotted meat.
I think the turkey vulture looking at your arm, thinking, "I wonder if he could pitch in the Royals bullpen."
Yeah. Oof. I've got some thoughts, so we'll get to it.
No, you can get to it right now because the margin for error is so tiny because the Royals can't hit,
runs. Yeah.
And so they were nursing a 1-0 lead.
And Mears has been pretty good.
Right. But you just
we don't have enough down there.
We've seen it happen again. Yeah. You leads are so few and far between and they're so tiny. You don't have no margin for error.
No,
you can't blow it.
You can't make a mistake, and which is in their minds. Trust me, it's in the bullpen's mind. It's like, God, I can't give this up. And then you start nitpicking, and it's just, Schreiber's mechanics are so off right now. It's
But Mears didn't come through.
no.
And I'll ask you guys this again. And I hate doing this, but it's just what's going on now. When Vinny came up
Oh yeah.
with a runner at third and one out, what was your level of confidence that he was going to get the
Not
runner
good.
home?
Not good.
It was I had none.
And he has been our RBI guy, and I'm sitting there going,
Well,
no.
not this year.
No, but he
In
has.
the past,
Yeah.
that's what he specialized in.
That's
in
what
the
he does.
past, if there's a runner
Find
at third base,
Find a way to get him in.
one out, he's
Yep.
getting them in.
Right.
And maybe after he gets a couple of of those situations where he comes through and he gets his confidence back, gets his groove back, then I'll go back to what I was last year, and he's up in that situation. Oh, that run's coming in. He's gonna make it happen, and he usually did. But it's just like, what did you guys think? What was your feeling when he came up to the plate last night in the ninth?
There's no confidence. I mean, there's just
Him or Salvi.
is it?
So-
I mentioned the stat with Scotty last
But all
week.
he needed was a fly ball, and he couldn't
Yeah.
do it.
Have the Royals scored a run in the ninth inning yet? I'm
There he
serious.
is. There's our guy.
Because when I was on with Jake last week, I was like, the number was like they had been outscored 13-0 in the
Yeah,
ninth inning.
Now
Right,
it's 15.
15-0. They haven't scored a run in the ninth inning all year. So I mean, no.
I'll go out and pitch against them. I'll guarantee you they'll score a run.
Well, it's it might take that.
But
I
that
mean,
situation is you. Hey, look, man. Vinny was outspoken against a teammate when something happens. Says this can't happen. Well, guess what? When a team's struggling like this and they can't score runs, and you have a runner at third base with one out, and you don't come through, that can't happen.
No.
That can't happen.
But you look at our hit totals. 4 hits again last night. Come on. And I know he's a good pitcher. He's a pretty good pitcher. So, but still,
And you just waste Cole Reagan's start.
yeah.
I mean, and I think that while the bullpen is what catches you emotionally, because it's like, okay, it's late in the game, it's high leverage and all that.
Yeah.
You can fix a bullpen in the course of a season. Like even Buster said early in the year, the Royals can be aggressive and make a trade. You acquire an arm or two, you get a couple guys that are hot, and the bullpen can sort itself out. The offense was 26th in Major League Baseball last year in runs scored, and it's 27th this year.
Yeah.
And that, to me, that's where you go, okay, what can you change?
What's the common denominator?
They've brought new players in, right? The last 2 years they've added guys that should help the offense. Are the young guys getting better?
Nope.
I think you have. If you're the Royals, at some point, and maybe it's still too early. Maybe
No, it's not too early because I'm tired of giving games away.
Yeah, it's a month and a half.
I'm tired
into
of
the
giving
season.
these great starts by our starters away. I mentioned it opening day. What did I say? You can't give games away. And how many games have we given away because of lack of production with our offense and depleted bullpen, really? Once we left spring training, it was already depleted to me. So,
Right.
Yeah.
But
Because you had a guy you couldn't count on.
Exactly. Right. They're closer.
And again,
I mean, no. We talked about it.
To roll Estevez out there, and we all knew,
Three of us sitting in here go, no, you can't do it.
we all knew that was going to happen. That's being stubborn. It's stubbornness by Matt Quachero. You can't.
No,
we knew
knowing what you knew, when you left spring training, no, you can't give the games away. You can't. And we've been giving. You can lose a pennant in April. You really can.
Damn it, Mike.
And we have the people to win a pennant.
Well, when this front office took over, they overhauled the pitching department, right? They looked at it and said, we got a problem here. And I'm just wondering how far you have to go with this offense, before you start to look at your hitting department. And I'm not going to
question that one, that's for sure.
I don't know that it's that, that's what, but like, I'm just looking at it going, how do you fix this offense? Because again, for another year, they're right where they have been statistically.
We have the people. That's the sad part about it. We have guys that can actually do this stuff. Why isn't it happening? Steven?
Well, if I knew that answer, I'd be the hitting coach of the Kansas City Royals.
Maybe you should.
No, I don't. Deeves is nodding. I say no. We will.
Getting that back leg and cartwheel.
Thank you.
That's what they're doing anyway, so you could do that.
We'll be right back into this on WHP.